Hey, what's up, everybody? Tacoma Comics here. Just going to shut out some of the noise because we got some noise. We got the boys doing the noise because they're on their machines. Got a little Minecraft, and I don't know what else we got. We got other stuff going on, so yeah. Boom. Hey, what's up, Christian Arroyo Salazar? So yeah, I just went hunting today. Usual places, believe it or not, for maybe the how you doing, Comic Book G-Spot? Good to have you in here. Maybe for Kavi, what's up, my friend? I don't know. It happens 1 out of every 10 times. I just came out of Half Price Books without buying anything. Sometimes it happens, man. Jonathan doesn't work on Thursdays or Fridays, and I know that I went through a bunch of stuff Monday. I don't know. Oh, nice, Kavi, nice. Actually, I almost bought you something today, and I may yet go back and get it, a little extra something for you. I still think you gave me a great deal. That's why, and it's in the same vein. But yeah, I just I didn't find anything at half price. Like I said, Jonathan doesn't work Thursdays, Fridays in the new schedule now. I know Monday when I stopped by, I grabbed a whole bunch of Star Wars Dark Horse books that he had. And then, you know, not much else since then. He's been busy. They didn't. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? Thanks for joining me. They didn't do what? They didn't. My bad. Train of thought got lost. They didn't put a lot out. I guess they only have hired back. They've only hired back like 4 staff members, maybe 5. Poor man, do you have the Spider-Man Gen 13 comic? I saw that today. I didn't grab it, but I can go back and get it. If you don't have that one, it's a Spider-Man Gen 13 like team up. But anyway, yeah, I haven't seen much at Half Price Books Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't think I went out yesterday or today. So, you know, I'll wait till the weekend's over and I'll probably go Monday. Like I said, he's working the register. Usually he just works buying comics and then pricing comics and then putting comics out. But they're getting everybody doing like double, triple duty while they're just getting people back on. So, you know how it is. Anyway, I went down to Lily Pond Antique Store, which I love the people who work there. They're really, really cool. Excuse me. And I bought like Wolverine 20 through 95 from them the other day, 50 cents each. I went back today and found a bunch more. She's like, yeah, I filled up the 50-cent bins. I'm like, oh, cool. Let's go see what you got. So, I have issue 1 of this, and I don't know much about Frank Whiteley, honestly, and I know a little bit about Grant Morrison, but it always looked like a cool Superman run. I have number 1, so I figured I'd pick up number 2, and I will try to get that. So I'll put that away when I get number 2. This one was kind of beat up, but for 50 cents, I wasn't going to leave it. It's an important Green Lantern book. I don't know much about Green Lantern, but it's an important book. So there you go. Grab that one. This one was even more beat up, but it looks like I can do a lot of cleaning. There's some browning, but there's also a lot of like just dirt that I can get off. So for 50 cents, I think this is some guy comes back as the Green Lantern. If you're a Green Lantern fan, that's a big book. I'm not a Green Lantern fan, so that's $195, and the other one was $194. So apparently those are big books. 50 cents. I grabbed this one because gotta love this one. This is some great Bishop art. 288. So probably like his 5th or 6th appearance. Not really an appearance one, but you know, you're going for the beautiful art there. Guy Gardner. There you go. You are correct, of course. I grabbed this Batman. This is the first time Tim Drake puts on the classic Robin costume. Holy cow, poor man! You had a video the other day. I I missed it. I gotta go check that out. Hey, look! Anybody want a cameo appearance and first cover appearance of Bishop? I got that for 50 cents. Yay! Not really offering it. I got another one for 50 cents. Yay! I got Return of the Gray Hulk for 50 cents. Pretty good condition. Nice Al Milgrom after Kirby, of course. I got first full appearance of Bishop for 50 cents. I got, oops, that's out of order. I just got this one. This is cool, man. Check this out. I love that cover. Thing, Hulk, and Doom. That's pretty sick, man. Oh man, I just dig that. I dig that. I dig that. You know what I was gonna do that I didn't do that I should have done that I'm gonna go back and do? Where you haven't done a video I know you haven't done a video in a long time. I've been waiting. I'm supposed to be bagging these, man. I don't know why I'm so lame when it comes to bagging. But let me just finish the last 3 here. See, now if I bag, it's like you're bored, so I don't know what to do. I'm supposed to bag these. My goal was to bag them as I was going on. Anyway, Iron Man 281. First, I guess, cameo of the War Machine armor. 50 cents. First full and complete War Machine. 50 cents. I'll take it. And then 283 to complete the trifecta. 50 cents. Then I got this one, and I know that it's like my favorite cover ever. And I even like the second print better because it's in red. But I have it twice. I didn't need to pay $2 for it. This was not in the 50-cent bin, but this is one of my my absolute favorite Star Wars covers. This Princess Leia dress on number 50 by, I think it's Salvador Larroca. Yeah. I love this cover. See if I can get that for you without too much shine. No, it's even worse glare. You get the idea. Absolutely love that one. All right, so here's a thing where what I should have done is I should not have gone forward once I hit. Oh, hey, Jambo. I didn't see Jambo in here. It's a new name to me. Welcome, my friend. What is up? Welcome to the show. Yeah, so I did this thing where I should have stopped at the first shop, right? Because all those books for a total of $10, a couple that I want and a couple that I can flip. That War Machine goes for good money. So yeah, I should have stopped there and been like, all right, home an hour earlier, not out dodging traffic and in the heat and all that. But sometimes it doesn't work like that. So I went to the next store, Comics for Kids. And they have things like way overpriced. But their whole big thing is that they give away lots of comics to kids. So they get all their stuff through donations mainly. So I was more than happy to buy some stuff. So I'm just going to show you. They had no price on any of these. So I just worked out a deal with a guy. American #1. Great character. This series by Gabby Rivera was not the best, but picked up another #1. This one I've wanted for a while and just a little too much. But this is a variant to Wicked and Divine #1, which is really, really, really cool. Very excited. Not even sure who the artist on this. Let's go see who the artist on this is. It ain't going to say in the front. Maybe it says in the back. No, it just says Gillen and McKelvey. It does not say who the artist on the... that's really interesting. Here it says on the back. That's right. Cover C. Oh, it's Brian Lee O'Malley. Wow. Okay. Very, very cool. And very much in Brian Lee O'Malley's, not Babs Tarr. Good guess, though. Good guess. But it cover C, covered by Brian Lee O'Malley. So, yeah, pretty excited to get that. Wanted it for a while. I know that, what's it called? Wicked and Divine has finished now, but it's still something I collect. I'm still trying to finish the whole series. This is Silk's second run. This is #1 with Kelly Thompson. So I grabbed that. I got a bunch of Silk going on. Dead Zone, what's up, my friend? How are you? How's the pop world going? Let us know what's happening in Pop Town. So I picked up Curse of the Spawn #1. I got this mainly because it was a newsstand, 1996. I'm not a Spawn hater, but I'm not the biggest Spawn fan. So Nevermind was Nirvana, poor man. I made a bad joke. So I just, I picked these up. Probably picked up the Spawn to flip because I wanted to. Now this next one, ooh, this is definitely going the PC. Never seen this before. This is Marauders #1. This is the Young Guns variant. Aaron Cooter. Can I just have you all stop and worship the goddess that is Aurora Monroe? That's a freaking nice storm cover on Marauders #1. I like that. I am happy with that. I am going to keep that now because I have #2. And now I have #1. So I'm actually really exciting. Yes, thank you, Christian. I agree, man. I think that's beautiful. It's different. So if you're not familiar with Young Guns, anybody, that is like Marvel handing the reins to younger artists and seeing what they can come up with and probably exploiting their labor and all that. Found one of these still polybagged with the Blood Wolf card in, so it probably has a huge subscription increase, but whatever. That was in this slot. I showed you that Superman run from Grant Morrison and Frank Quitely. Well, I found 3 and 4. 4 has, or one of them, 3 has this $5 price tag on, and then 4 had nothing. So this shop has like stuff laying around. A lot of the stuff has like prices on the back. Some of the stuff has no prices. Some of the stuff comes from this area. They're like, everything here is half off cover, but that's not really true. And the other one came from boxes I found on the floor. You got Wolverine #5. I got Wolverine #6. And I got this cool Spider-Man #9, little Todd McFarlane. I like anytime you get classic Wolvie. And to me, the brown and the brown and the tan, or the brown and the dark brown, is classic Wolvie, and not that black and yellow suit, not anything later. So got that. That's a Todd McFarlane piece. It's pretty cool. Hey, what's up, Prowler? And then I picked this up. It's been on my radar, just because, like, you don't know what Marvel is going to do. And it was in good condition. Dakota North Investigations. So I grabbed that. I figured, what the hey. So that whole stack there cost me $18, which I think was fair. He was saying 20. I was trying to go a bit lower. Or actually, I just said, would you take 18? I didn't even go lower. So, I love these Wolverine galleries on the back. Todd McFarlane right there. That's great Todd McFarlane art. Was the other one McFarlane? Yeah. No, the other one was John Boyton? John Somethington. So yeah, I mean, I probably should have stopped and I didn't, but whatever. So $18 for those. So the first stuff I spent $10 on, and I got hell of a deal with those, that Gray Hulk and those Iron Man and those Bishops. Boom, right? Good job. And then I went and I had to go ruin it all by going to another shop. And this is Tricky's, where I get those packs. And this was a Vertigo pack for $10. So that many comics for $10. I figured, what the hey, I'll give it a shot. I'll see what they have. Probably should have stopped and not gotten any, but I did. So US, I want out. Clad in star-spangled rags, a man named Sam wanders the street of an anonymous American city, struggling to remember his true identity, but he's plagued by inner voices that carry him on a time-traveling journey to the dark heart of America and hint at his own violent past. Is he Uncle Sam or one of us? Dun, dun, dun. Got it because it's Alex Ross art. Right. I mean, that's like the only reason to get something with his interiors. And I mean, his interiors are phenomenal on this. I didn't get it. I didn't know this was in this pack. I'm glad that I got this because of Alex Ross art. Then there was Neverwhere, which is a Neil Gaiman creation, but this is by Mike Carey and Glenn Fabry. I really like Mike Carey's writing. So that was an extra one, actually. So I was glad to get that. This is Junk, Children's Crusade, 1 of 2 and 2 of 2. It's some Neil Gaiman stuff. I'll give it a read, but I'm not like super stoked for it. What's up? Stay Puff is here. How you doing, Sean? Good to see you. Oh, shoot, this stuff's out of order now. You're out of order. Terminal City number 2, that's Junk. The Losers number 6. Junk. Army at Love, The Art of War, number 4. That's Junk. You know, I was hoping to get some Sandman stuff in here. I mean, Brian Azzarello is great, but this is Spaceman number 7 without one in, the rest, number 5. Number 3, it's like all odd numbers, right? Number 2, but no number 1. But then from that Neverwhere, there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I was happy for those. So it's a good question, Chris. Good question, Christian. Junk, because when I buy these mystery packs, I'm looking for that diamond in the rough. Any comic is probably decent read, but I have so many comics. I'm looking for series that I want to read, or series runs that I'm trying to collect, or something that's worth a lot more than I paid for it. If I want to pay money for comics that aren't worth it, I'll go to my comic book store on New Comic Book Day and spend $4.99 on a bunch of books that will then devalue quickly, because that's what I love about comics, is just reading new comics. So when I go hunting, I'm looking for deals. And I took a chance for $10. And like I said, getting these 6 Neverwheres in a row, that's a nice run. And I could probably, it's a Neil Gaiman story. It's Mike Carey. I'm pretty happy. Getting these 2-part Children's Crusade. Yeah. Getting this beautiful Alex Ross book, art on this thick book. Worth it. Getting Punk Rock Jesus, number 1 from Sean Murphy. Definitely worth it. Been wanting to read this for a while. And number 2, but then getting number 5 and not getting 3 or 4 drives you crazy. Getting little Neil Gaiman Death, issue 1 and 3, but not issue 2, drives me crazy. Getting my second issue of Tank Girl Apocalypse is cool, but nothing super special. And then what I did like, except for the condition, and the reason why I got this is because one of these was on the other side of the pack. They're all in clear plastic bags. Sandman 52, 53, 54, 55, and 56. And all of these have some condition issues, but that was pretty cool. I was pretty happy with that. So I got 5 Sandman. I mean, some of them have some pretty big condition issues, but they're not like worth a lot. So it's just for me to complete my run. I don't care about that on this particular run. And I love some of this other stuff, but that's why I call this stuff junk. Not that necessarily, this is just a double, so it's not junk, but it's just something I don't need. This is, it's Michael Lark, right, on the art, which is cool, but I don't need issue 2 of a comic I've never heard of before. I don't need issue 6 of The Losers, even though that's a cool cover. Actually, that's a Jacques cover. That's pretty cool, but still don't need it. So I mean, that's how I identify junk. Army at Love. I have no idea what this is. So I think I got, and the Spaceman would be super cool if I had all of them. So we'll see. It's good when this guy puts out new comics. I mean, I bought a lot of his packs from him, and there's stuff there that's tempting, right? $5 for, it says all image superheroes, and then the front of the cover has Pretty Deadly, which is not a superhero comics, and I keep wanting to maybe get that, but then usually he puts one newer Image comic on the front, and then in the middle you get a bunch of 90s Image. But sometimes you get a good Gen 13 or a good Witchblade. So yeah, I can read them, but the stack of books that I have to read just on my bedside table is about this thick, and then the stack of books that are on the floor that I'd like to read before I bag them and put them away is about this thick. So, when I go hunting, I'm really looking for something particular or specific. And when I go hunting specifically at this one store and I buy his mystery packs, I am doing it with the knowledge that I'm throwing away $10. I might get lucky, or I might not get lucky. Some of those bags are broken even on. Some of those I have found the diamond in the rough, and some of them I have just flittered money away on. I wouldn't do that with $100. That's not my game, but I would gladly do that with $10, once a week or once every other week whenever I stop by there. Right now, I got to give him some time to replenish. But I'll tell you what, the thing that got me the most down there is he has, I was there last weekend, and somebody came with like the old Hammer Mill paper boxes, right? And his Star Wars collection. And I'm talking about, this guy was close to my age and had all the toys from 77, from 80, from 83, and just tons and tons of like all the original stuff, all the stuff you had to send away from the Sears catalog, all the backdrops, right, with the little sets, the Hoth set, the Cantina set. And I was just sat there, and I'd already picked out my comics. And I just sat there for half an hour staring at this guy, and none of it was together. He would pull out something there, and they're like, I think this goes with a spaceship, and they'd find that spaceship in 6 boxes later. Then they'd find like the gun in another box, and find the guy in a different box, and find the backdrop in a 5th box. And it was just amazing. So I loved doing that. It's pretty awesome. $1 for 3 is not bad. Tell us what key you found. That would be awesome, man, if you find a key like that. Again, I don't know why this cover does not get more love from the general community. I absolutely think it should. I think this should be like, I think this should be up there with like some of the top covers ever, but that's just me. Maybe it's just because I love Star Wars, or love Princess Leia, love Carrie Fisher. I don't know. Dude, these War Machines. So I'm going to take a look at the condition of these and get a bag out for them. I'm pretty stoked. I know we all profess to hate Key Collector app, but we all read Key Collector app, or at least I do. I don't bend the comic. I wish I would find her before she taped these up, because I don't want to take tape off and have to take them out of these bags. It's funny, they don't know much about comics, and so they put some stuff in boards and they have them in dollar bins, and they put other stuff in bags and boards, and they put them in like a different set of bins for like $2 and up, and they put stuff that's just in bags for 50 cents. Well, 281 has like one little crinkle. It's not even got a spine tick, just somewhere along there, right underneath the signature. It's got a little crinkle, but otherwise it's in fine fettle. So I'm pretty excited for that. Let's check out War Machine. Oh, nice. Yeah, getting exports too. That's awesome. Batman 497. That's the Bane, right? Yeah, those used to be $10 books, and they're kind of like, or $15 books. Now they're more like 5 or 10, but that's a bit better. Rhodey's cameo, you say? It's got a spine roll and a crinkle, but not a tick. And the back, probably is a little dirt along the spine at the bottom there, but I could probably clean that up pretty easily. So yeah, I am super stoked for that. So poor man, let me ask you the question differently. Is there any Gen 13 crossover or comic that you are looking for, rather than me trying to say, do you have this one? Do you have this one? Because I see a lot of Gen 13 about, a lot of Gen 13 bootleg about, a lot of Gen 13 crossover. I'm happy to pick something up for you if I know what you're looking for. Right now, I just have that Venom thing for you, hiding away over there on the bed somewhere. So yeah, those are in super nice condition. So like, I don't know if it's just because it comes from a collection and they don't know beyond number ones, like what is what's worth something, but you know, why they chose this for the 50-cent bins and the Star Wars for the $2 bins, you know, I don't know. And I'm not going to question it too much because it works in my favor, you know? Absolutely. Are you not actively looking for comics, or are you not actively looking for Gen 13 right now? Because I haven't seen you do video in a while, and I'm upset. Maybe you have stopped collecting comics and we all need to, like, there's plenty in your hood. Okay, gotcha. You're scaring me if you're not collecting comics. That would be really crazy. Crazy. Let's see what we got. So yeah, the longer I wait, the longer it seems like Giant Size X-Men at number 1 is just going to be out of reach. Out of reach. At this point, I may not even be upgrading my my 94 because prices are going crazy. Some of you might have noticed, which is really insane. Yeah, look, man, that 283 again. It's got more like spine wear than spine ticks. It's like right on the spine, but they don't wrap around to tick it. But there is a couple things that need to be pressed along there. Again, I'll take it for 50 cents. I would always take it for 50 cents. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. So y'all, if you're here, you're watching me bag the same books that I went through earlier. Somebody come on and join me and show your books or tell a story or ask me a question. Looking for the Night Nurse number 1. Not her first appearance, but the comic Night Nurse. Christian wants Godzilla 1. Which Godzilla? I'm sure there is more than one Godzilla. I haven't come across either of those. Marvel, okay. I was looking for that, what's it called? I was looking for that Iron Man 54 today, but they did not have it. The guy had a stack of Iron Man, like 78 or 80 through through like 150, missing the 120s with the drinking problem issues. Godzilla versus Charles Barkley. I don't have that. I've got myself the Michael Jordan slam dunk. But I don't have no Godzilla and Charles Barkley. That would be awesome. That the word to be awesome, don't you think? Yeah, these are in good condition. And, you know, if they've got a larger collection from books around this time, I am more than happy to keep going back to that store every 4 or 5 days while they put stuff out. I went around, like, I usually just stop at comics on the way in. I went around the corner when I was there, and I was like, oh no, there's Star Wars toys. Like they had a box on the floor that said Star Wars magazines. And I was like, ooh, maybe I'll find one of those like first appearances of Sabine or Ahsoka that's in a magazine rather than in the ooh, that one's got some smush on, rather than from the comic. But when I went over there, it actually was all Star Wars comics. But then that was on the floor in the box, and I looked left, and it's like Star Wars toys. I was like, get me out of here. All right, so let's do a little experiment. Everybody see the smudge? Everybody see the smudge? Okay. I'm going to get rid of the smudge if I can. If I can. Two ways. First, I will take some of this Absarine putty. Still pretty moist. Got it in my hand here. Supposed to kind of roll it together and then only go in one direction. And it helps if you have a little like small paintbrush on you so you can clean up all the little bits that like fly about when you do this. If I had better camera work, I'd actually show you what I was doing, but basically stroking a comic book with some putty. Stroking my putty across a comic book. Seems to be about all that. Yeah. Definitely when you do this, I can feel all the grit on it. You want to have like a duster or it's still there. You want to have a duster or you want to have like a little light paintbrush. That usually works really well. I don't got any more Absarine pads. Let's see what I do have. Oh, yes, I do. So we'll try this now. It's basically the same stuff in a different format. But whatever was on the back of this comic, I think was ink, because it's not coming. Well, it's getting a tiny bit lighter, but it's not coming off. I think he's referring to Avengers versus Godzilla, if I'm not mistaken. And the front of this book has some schmutz on it, but it's a black cover. So I got to be very careful. You don't want to pull this stuff too tight because it will take off color. So if you're using this stuff, just be very careful. You can order this stuff from Amazon. It comes pretty cheaply. And then the magic erasers go in a circular motion. But again, these will pick up. So you can see it's getting dark there. These will pick up color. So be very, very careful how you use them. I just assume the color I'm picking up is dirt. And there's a little smudge on the front in the yellow circle right above his cowl. But if I go any harder on that, I'm going to fade that yellow and it's going to make it even worse. So these are my cleaning procedures when I find dirty books. They mainly help with smudges. You won't find this works really that well at all against like pen marks and some other stuff. And again, you want to be really careful. So I don't know if that did anything. Is that any lighter than it was? But, you know, again, for 50 cents, I'll take it. God, I have these strips from the back of the sealables everywhere, and they get staticky, and then they just like won't leave you alone, and it gets really crazy. Let's check out this Bishop. A new team is born. X-Men 282. His name is Bishop. From a Janitor comic collection. That's awesome. Got 8 people watching, man, and we got this great conversation between Christian and a poor man. See who else is out there. What is going on? Again, there's a crinkle or two in the back, right there by the E in Wolverine. maybe a micro tick, and it could use a press. But this is also it's a newsstand from what, like 91 maybe, or 1990, 91. Yeah, so it's not uncommon to have a newsstand. You know, people that talk about newsstands, let's do our little newsstand work here, ladies and gentlemen, just so you all know. Okay, and you all know, newsstands were the way up until about the 80s. There weren't comic book shops. There was not a direct market. So if you find an older newsstand, it's cool to say newsstand, but it doesn't mean anything. Oh, this has 2 micro ticks on. Okay. When you get up to the 80s, that is when the direct market started. And they started to come out with more and more comic book shops and less corner shops, right? I used to go to a stationery store after school to get my fix of comic books. It wasn't until 1989, however, remember that year, 1989 was the 50-50. 50% of the market for comic books was direct market, 50% was newsstand. After 89, newsstand became less and less, direct market became more and more. So when you find a newsstand from 90, 91, still not that rare. You find it from the late 90s, pretty good. You find it from the 2000s to 2010, beautiful. Now you got a rarity. You find a newsstand from 2010 on, it was probably a specialty made for like Borders or Barnes & Noble, like they used to sell comics there. Very, very hard to find newsstands after 2010. If you find a newsstand, what's it called? So some people are calling the Walmart 3-packs newsstands now. I don't think so. Like if you look at that Batman 89 third printing, the one that you get from Walmart is the same exact comic, looks the same as the one that you get from your shop if you get the third printing. There's absolutely no difference. So I know some people are all hyped on newsstands, and newsstand is really cool, and I have this nostalgic thing because I used to actually get it from a newsstand or a stationery store, as we call them. But yeah, newsstands before 1989 were more common, so nothing to shout home about. Though still pretty cool, right? Absolutely still pretty cool. Alrighty, so we'll pair up the 282 and 283. So these would be the last ones that I had for a while, but seems like I've got another set. Nice to have them in newsstand. I used to try to collect all the X-Men in newsstand and direct, and then it's just like, okay, I need room. I don't need this many doubles. I sent my last extra one to Comics on the Mind, my good friend Kirk, as a thank you gift for coming on my show about a month ago. He and Sunflower, the Blurred, joined me for a really cool show. And he was mentioning Bishop. So I got that 282, 283, and then I'll put 282 with 288, a little packet. So if you're not familiar, right here, this 282 is his first cameo. He appears on the cover, but only cameo on the inside. 283 is his first full appearance in a story. We could talk about cameos versus full appearances. And I think Overstreet probably has it written down better than I do, so I'm not even going to try to go into it in specifics. But in general, I think a cameo needs to be more than one panel. Sorry, a full appearance needs to be more than one panel, needs to identify the character, and needs to have spoken parts, right? So anytime that it's just one line of dialogue, I think it's a certain number of panels in which they speak. So if just one line of dialogue, it it's a cameo. If it's not identifying the character, like Captain Marvel 17, it's a cameo. So different ways to look at it, and I'm sure there's always gray areas, which makes it so much fun to argue about with people. But I was thinking of something of a cameo. So what does that make Storm Shadow in G.I. Joe 27? Isn't that his first appearance? But it's the silent issue. So is it a cameo or is it or is it a full appearance? No, I'm messing with you, of course. But if you had a silent issue, that's interesting. You could argue about whether that's a cameo or not in a silent issue. Let get more likes, guys. Oh, I appreciate that. I really don't care. And I mean that sincerely. Like, I'm not I'd rather talk to the 6 of you that are here about comics than to have like 40 people in here smashing the like button and telling me what a great what a great person I am. It's just a personal thing. Like, I don't join follow loops on Instagram. I don't like if somebody says, everybody go sub to Tacoma, it's like, okay, hey, what's up what's up the down 7. I'm never like big on, oh my gosh, I got to get the likes and the subs. I don't think that I've said this before. I don't think I put out enough content and I definitely don't do like cool edited content to get 1,000 subs. I don't think I look at the people that have 1,000 subs and they are way more active than I am in different shows and editing content, right? I don't want to go through all that. I'd just rather hang out with you guys and talk about stuff. So tell me if there's a better Star Wars cover than that, right? I don't know, man. I don't know. I especially from this run, maybe 21, the first appearance of Scar Squadron. I don't know. I got this the other day. My second copy and my third copy. I've sold one. I gave one away to Kachun, and this one I'm keeping. This is kind of cool, this Aurra Sing, but this is not the first appearance of Aurra Sing, apparently. Then I got this from Mike. I got all those from Mike Rogers. This one, though, I can find the artist on this. I didn't even look yet. You ready? Star Wars Jedi Shakti. I love that cover. That cover is killing it. Killing it. But from the 2015 series, I don't know that there's a better cover than the one I just showed. Y'all can tell me. Well, that's a variant, right? That's a pretty good one. Twin Sons of Tatooine. Luckily, my Star Wars box is right here, so I don't have to go far. Let's get up to 21 because I do love that one. It's David Aja, the guy who did the covers and a lot of the interiors on Matt Fraction's Hawkeye. So I totally dig this. This is like a pop art poster. It's so different from anything else. And this was the first appearance of Scar Squadron, who were like a group of stormtroopers who weren't kind of mind controlled the way the rest of the clones were, or the rest of the stormtroopers were, into like Empire. They kind of had like their own thing, and so they caused trouble for Luke on a mission. But just love that cover. Love that cover. Love those two covers. I think I've mentioned that before. Yeah, I've got a couple. So I got about 3 copies. Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I got 3 copies of 21. And this is now my 3rd copy of 50. And I think if I could find it for you. Whoops. 47, 48, 49, 50. Do I have it? 50. Yeah. I kind of dig that one too in red. I think that's beautiful. So that's the second print. So I don't know, man. I'd love to see this get more acclaim. I mean, people see it and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's great," but nobody talks about it like a cover to covet, if you will. Put these back. Yeah, Mike Rogers, man. I think he was doing a thing tonight, but if you ever get on Mike Rogers auctions, first of all, he's just a great guy to deal with. Lives out there in Rhode Island, which I don't know why I mentioned that, but he lives out there in Rhode Island, which is really cool. And he does the steals and deals video. Yeah, the second print, I didn't realize it existed. If I come across another one, I'll send it your way. Mike Rogers just started like during the COVID time, I guess, started doing steals and deals. I knew him because I had him on an auction. Oh God, about 6 months ago, that Saturday auction that didn't do too well. I think poor man was on that. And yeah, he just started doing this show where every day he talks about like how to scour the internet to find deals on stuff. And it's great if you watch him. And then he started doing auctions recently. That Star Wars stuff is great. I was on the auction and Jay Blitz was buying up everything. But I'm like, Jay, I'll send you $15 if you send me that one comic from that lot you want. He's like, fine. And then we just did it backwards. I got one issue that he wanted in a lot. So I'm like, Mike, send it to Jay, and then Jay pays me and back and forth. So it's kind of funny. It's just a lot of fun to do that. So definitely appreciate Mike Rogers and what he does for the community and the comics he sells. He's selling, I don't know when it is. Now, I really got to find out. I thought it was this afternoon, but I didn't see him live. You know how sometimes YouTube screws you and you miss live stuff? Yeah, I hope that didn't happen. He was selling a German version of Clone Wars #1, which apparently was in a different series. So it was issue 72 of a German Star Wars series put out by Dark Horse, but it's comparable to Clone Wars #1. It's the same comic, the same story. It's this cover from issue 3 of Clone Wars, but it's issue 1, even though it says issue 72 of some Star Wars series. And he was going to start that at 200, and I was going to bid on it at 200, and probably not much higher because, holy cow, that it just looked really cool. It was something I would love to have. So yeah, this not first Grey Hulk, but this Return of the Grey Hulk got one tiny tick in the purple there. Yeah, everybody's getting after poor man for not doing a video. Come on, man. Chicago's got to have comics. You can find comics there, I'm sure. I'm sure you will find some comic books if you look around carefully enough. Let's take this one out. I'm going to do some more cleaning, and I'll show you on that Green Lantern. You can really see how it works. It's a really dirty one. Again, wouldn't have gotten it if it was, $5, $10, but for 50 cents, I'll pick it up. Just going to put that one away because I love that cover, man. Maybe not I don't know where the purple's coming from. Somebody's shining an ultraviolet light at them. I think it would have been cooler if it was just all brown, gray, and green, but whatever. Beggars can't be choosers. I don't know if somebody cut this or if it's just a bad print, but look at that. Look at that line there that just kind of disappears. It's a really bad job at the printers. Yeah, I'll bet you did, man. Hulk 400, nice. I bet you got a lot of content. Just so super busy, right? Yeah, I get that. That's why I do these hauls. Like, even if it's not like a big haul or it's not like I went to a convention, I find I just got to go live with what I find. Otherwise, it'll stack up too much, and then I'll be mad at it for sitting there on the floor and not getting put away. And I'll just feel like, okay, yeah, we need to take care of this a bit better. All right, so let's take a look at this one. I think this will be a better I wanted to show you. So if you look up close, that should be a white cover, and you can see how dirty that is, right? There's a lot of dirt across there. There's some browning there. I won't get rid of that browning. That is just like faded. That is just faded there. But the rest of this comic definitely has a lot of dirt on it. So I'm gonna skip the Abzarine, and I'm gonna go straight to this one. This is right. You can't get rid of oxidation. You're absolutely right, but you can get rid of that dirt. This is called the Magic Eraser, and this is the one where I said you can't go too hard because you will pick up color. But I can see it. I can see it on the barcode at the bottom. See how dirty that got in just that little bit of time. You got to be very careful because you get the desire to just press a little bit harder, and then all of a sudden you realize, uh-oh, I just faded some color. And then you're like, nope, that's not good. A special crisis on Infinite Earth crossover. Okay, so that all came off the comic, and I'm still not done. Now I'm kind of micro-targeting the whiter areas that doesn't have any color, because you're going to see that more. And I'm sure other people have other ways of doing this. I'm sure professionals have better ways of doing this. And I'm sure I'd be wearing gloves if I was doing this to an expensive comic. But I haven't gotten to that point yet. This is actually, I find older comics, I don't know what they did the printing. They don't come up as easily as newer comics. If this was like a new comic this dirty, the ink just peels off. It's such a cheaper process. Which, I mean, good for them. They found a cheaper way to print comics, probably use soy-based ink, which is better for the environment too. But, you know, it ruins the comic, and so they're not thinking about me. So now that right there, you can see looks white now. You can still see a little bit of dirt down here in this area. And still work on it a bit longer, but I don't want to waste your time. But definitely an improvement there. The bottom still needs some, but if you look right in the middle where the lantern is shining, boom, that's a definite improvement. And oftentimes you find the backs of these comics is what needs it the most. I don't know why people get their comics dirtier on the back than on the front, but they do. Yeah, I need to show you the back, but definitely. And with these pads, you get like too much dirt on one of them. Boom, you just cut it away. See how white it was to start, and how dark it was. Just cut away a little bit. And then you got another white surface to work with. Pick up more dirt. And so you can also hear, I don't know if you can hear this. It's making like a scratching noise. That means there's gunk on there. Not just like, I can't see what it is. Yeah, there's some sticker residue or something on the top corner. Is making that different sound when I go across it. That's where I really should be using the Abzarine. That works a lot better. So remember, this stuff goes in a circle. Yeah, so I have a white table here, but I should be careful. Like I said, if I had to, I should have a little paintbrush to knock away all the stuff. This stuff only goes in one direction, not in a circle. And this stuff should take off whatever that stickiness was on the corner on the back. This stuff's all available at half price. Not half price, but Amazon pretty cheaply. Yeah, there's still something there. It's all white though, so I'm gonna press down pretty hard. See where I said it was all white? Well, I hit a bit of the pink. You can see how easy that came off. Just pressing hard. That pink right there. Let's just do one more pass at the bottom of this. It's hard to get to the edges because you're afraid of ripping the edge of the comic book. It's always so much easier to clean the middle of a comic. And like I said, if I was, any sort of magician here, I would have just done that an hour ago. Yeah, I'm starting to fade those lines a little bit, so I got to be really careful. Oh no! And so once you do that, have you now cleaned the book so much that you've ruined it, or is that just dirt? Right? You can see there's a lot of dirt, but there's also a lot of green. The green is not dirt. The green is the color. So I don't want to do that. But again, I also spent 50 cents on this, and if I can flip it for $5, I'm happy. I think it looks better than it did for sure. Yeah, so you're absolutely right. I was taking off a little too much color there, but I still think it looks a lot better. And again, it was a 50-cent comic, so I'm not flipping out. Let's see. I've missed some chat here. Most people got that. Did you hear about the black comic book about Null? Yeah, Donny Cates put out a video. I didn't read the whole thing, but apparently he's got a new book. And from what it looked like they were showing in the video, it kind of ties together Cosmic Ghost Rider, his Venom run, his Doctor Strange Damnation, and his Thor run. It looks like it all comes together in some book that he's putting out in the future. But I'm not super positive about what it is because I didn't read that much. I was looking at my email. I hate that Spider-Man booth. I don't hate that Spider-Man booth. DKib619 or DKib619, are you a Tacoma? Are you a Tacoma fella? Did I run into you today at Comics for Kids? Tell us who you are. Green Lantern, that's what I was looking up because I don't know too much about Green Lantern. Green Lantern 1960, Volume 2, Issue 194. Nope, Issue 193. Or Issue 194 and 195. So, in crap condition, it's listed as a $2 book. In mid condition, a $5 book. And in high condition, a $12 book. I'd say with the cleaning I did on that, I'll sell it to some Green Lantern fan for $5. It is the first reintroduction of Guy Gardner as Green Lantern. And the one right before it that is more colorful, and I'll have to be more careful cleaning, is a classic battle between Guy Gardner and Hal Jordan. So 2 little books there. Maybe I'll partner them up together and sell them for something. I don't know. 50 cents, you can't go wrong, right? That's my thought. That's my hope. So it's 5:40 where I live, and I need to get dinner ready for the kids. I've got a whole bunch of chicken thighs marinating in soy sauce, honey, hoisin, and salt and pepper. Those are going to go on the grill with some broccolini. I don't know if I have HBO Max or if I'm going to lose it. And once I lose HBO Go, I'm not up for superhero TV shows. I think Marvel's done well with some of their Netflix stuff. Not all of it, but I haven't seen a DC superhero show that I loved. So I'm not I guess I'm just not flipping out thinking this is going to be the greatest thing since sliced bread, because I don't think it will be. But we'll see. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. I know there's a shit ton. Oh, is it Disney Plus? No, not Green Lantern. Disney Plus is all Marvel stuff. I know, what's it called? There's a shit ton of auctions going on this weekend. Chad tonight and Thorough Thursday, Strictly Sunday. And like I said, I think Mike Rogers is having one, and he's definitely worth checking it out. I mean, those other guys are too, but Mike's got a lot of stuff. Comics Dungeon, DKib, please tell me where that is, and I will be sure to check it out. Because I'm not familiar with Comics Dungeon. Is that in Olympia? I think. Please let me know because I'm not positive. I'm not positive, and while you're telling me that, I'm going to go quickly switch to another page. Well, let me do this just because I feel like it. Let's share this screen, and we'll go over here. YouTube.com, and you will search for DKIB-619. See what we come up with. There he goes. 3 subscribers. 4 subscribers, dude. We got you, Rock. Oh my God, this is inappropriate. Look at Jenny69. Oh, YouTube. What are we going to do with you? It's crazy. Did you guys even see that, or did I have the wrong thing up on the screen? Is that I've been to one shop in Bremerton once, but not long enough because my wife was in the car. But yeah, tell us, where's the Comic Dungeon? Is that in? I'll look it up. Oh, it's in Seattle. Yeah. No, I'm mainly in Tacoma, and I don't travel too far these days. COVID and family and otherwise, but if I do, I go down to Olympia to Gabby's because it's like the greatest shop ever. But in Tacoma itself, we have 3 LCSs. If you go down to Spanaway, you count Comics the Gathering, we got 4. We got Half Price Books. We've got Tricky's Pop Culture Emporium. We've got Comics for Kids. We've got Lily Pad Antiques. There's a antique store near me up the road that's just craps. There's some comics there, but they're crap and they're overpriced. And then you got a huge selection at Northwest Sports Cards and Games, or whatever it's called. So there's some good stuff around. Enough to keep me busy. People sell the shops their stuff and they sell it to me. All right, guys, I got to go. Thanks for hanging out. Good to meet you, DKIB, and I will catch you all later. So long.